Dressage enthusiasts will undoubtedly find something to their liking in the collection of the BWP Online Foal Auction, thanks in part to A. Romans van de Snijdershoeve. The sire of this colt, for Romans, was praised as Siegerhengst during the Oldenburg Stallion Expertise in 2011 to a standing ovation from the public. Under the saddle of Therese Nielshagen, for Romans has performed at Grand Prix level in dressage. He passes on willingness to work and excellent movements. Ulix van de Snijdershoeve, the full sister to A. Romans, became national champion as a 2-year-old during the BWP Breeding Day in 2022 and is already in possession of the BWP Half label. Qmax van de Snijdershoeve, a half-brother to Ulix and A. Romans, is successful at level 3 under the saddle of Julie de Kok. A. Romans' dam, Cadence van de Snijdershoeve, is an elite BWP dressage. Her descendants are healthy and willing to work and have a top character and very good movements. A. Romans van de Snijdershoeve is a long-legged foal with a spacious walk and a well-carried trot and canter. Whoever makes the last bid for Adelheid van Durp will acquire a champion foal. Adelheid became champion of the dressage foals during the Flanders Foal Championship in Badegem. Her sire, the 6-year-old Fürst Zonik PS, became champion of the Stallion Expertise and received high marks for rideability, movements and willingness to work during his performance test in Schlickau. Thanks to victories in Class L under the saddle of Isabel Fresse, Fürst Zonik qualified already for the Bundeskampionat. Fra Angelica, the dam of Adelheid van Durp, is by Fürst Romancier, a stallion that makes many dressage hearts beat faster. He enjoys a good reputation as a supplier of successful dressage horses, with which he earned a place in the top 100 of the most recent WBFSH sire ranking for dressage stallions. Adelheid van Durp is a long-legged foal. Her trot and canter are sufficient and spacious. Altaria Bakeland is a filly by the promising Chuckwood PS, crossed with the performance blood of BWP Damline 92. Chuckwood's sire, the Grand Prix showjumper Accelero II, excelled on the international 5-star circuit in partnership with various riders. Accelero II unites in his pedigree two progenitors in a row, namely Choco Blue and Baloubet du Rouet. Dille van TNL, the dam of Altaria Bakeland, is a half-sister to 5-star performer Louis, 1m45 competitor Jonneman, and to Honneur TNL, who performs overseas in America at 1m45 level. Through her dam Dille, Altaria is a descendant of BWP lineage 92. This is the dam line of several approved stallions and international show jumpers, such as Aquila van de Bergvijverhoeve, Dreambreaker van de Dorpshoeve, Gypsy King, Kinet, Tiamon van de Zwaluwenhoeve, and Toupie du Quenoy. You rarely get the opportunity to buy a filly from such a top lineage, so grab this chance. Altaria Bakeland is a light-footed, long-legged foal with a sufficient canter. Anyone who buys Albert van de Hertog can call himself the owner of a champion foal. Albert won the Series 2 for male show jumping foals during the Flanders Foal Championship in Waregem. His sire is Gilbert van Ruitershoff, a BWP elite stallion who collected several victories in the CSI 5-star Grand Prix under the saddle of Constant van Pasen. Albert's dam line is infused with a good dose of performance blood. His dam, Flou Artistique Berdavenu, is a full sister to Billy Jean Berdavenu, an Eros Platier daughter who performed at international 4-star 1m50 level under the saddle of Jordan Gann. Further in the dam line, we find a series of international show jumpers from the 1m60 circuit, including the European Championship competitor Florie Dumoulin of James Davenport, 5-star Grand Prix Hamburg winner Une de Lotin of Harry Smolders, the Grand Prix horse Valkyrie de Talma, Cocktail de Talma of Gregory Watle, and so on. In short, a proven dam line. Albert van der Herthoek is a long-led, spacious developed foal with a good rectangular model. He has a spacious canter and has a spacious and well-carried trot. Akina van der Mortelshoeve makes part of the first vintage of Tartufo de Muse. In addition to Tartufo, Dem Azuela de Muse produced two other approved stallions in Uelo and Royalo de Muse, as well as the international Grand Prix show jumpers Fellini de la Pomme and Vedette de Muse. Tartufo does not deny his origins. This year he was clear in several heats and the final of the stallion competition for 4-year-olds. In Akina's dam line, we find a good dose of performance blood. Akina's grandam, Miami van der Mortelshoeve, performed at the international 1m45 level herself. Miami is a full sister to the approved stallion Nero van der Mortelshoeve. Vokina van der Mortelshoeve, the grandam of Nero and Miami, produced Daiquiri van der Mortelshoeve. And this Daiquiri is the icing on the cake, as she won already the Grand Prix of Le Mans. Her 8-year-old IAS approved son Ecuador DW performs at 4-star 1m45 level under the saddle of Thomas de Wit. To be able to acquire a foal surrounded by so many international results is almost a rock-solid guarantee. Akina is a beautiful type. Her trot and canter are sufficient and spacious. Would you like to acquire a vice-champion of the most recent national BWP Elite Foal Championship? This can be done by placing the final bid on Arctic van de Lage Heide. His sire, Hermitage Calone, is working towards a successful career in top sport. And at the age of 8, Hermitage Calone already made his international 5-star debut under the saddle of Gilles Thomas. In 2021, for example, his daughter Valkyrie GM became champion at the BWP National Elite Foal Championship, and his son Sunday GM was honored as the first reserve champion at the BWP Stallion Selection. And this year, his son Ultra Star GM was crowned as the BWP's champion stallion in the option show jumping. Jessie van het Pergershof, Arctic's dam, is by BWP ambassador Thunder van de Zuidhoeve, who reached the top 30 in the most recent WBFSH ranking of the best show jumping suppliers in the world. Further in the dam line, we find several international show jumpers, including the 160 performer Kashmir D and the 1m45 jumper Emir D. Arctic van de Lage Heide is a long-legged, long-lined, spacious developed foal. He has a spacious canter and a well-carried trot with a lot of impulsion. Thanks to Armikato van Vlieren, you can acquire a son of the promising Hermitage Calone. Under the saddle of Gilles Thomas, Hermitage is working towards a successful career in top sport. And at the age of 8, Hermitage Calone already made his international 5-star debut. In 2021, for example, his daughter Valkyrie GM became champion at the BWP National Elite Foal Championship, and his son Sunday GM was honored as first reserve champion at the BWP Stallion Selection. And this year, his son Ultra Star GM was crowned BWP Champion Stallion in the option show jumping. Armikato's Grand Dam, Nomadin, is known as the Grand Dam of the international show jumpers Matruska Hero and Nashville Hero, as well as the international 3-star eventer La Nika. Nomadin's dam produced the approved stallions Contre Attack and the full brothers Libertino 1 and 2. They are all part of the Holstein lineage 4539. A breeding family to which a series of international show jumpers belong, such as Lurdano of Rolf-Göran Bengtsson, Cantus, with whom Nicolas Schuttenberger won team bronze at the Olympics in Hong Kong, the 5-star GP horse Princey, and Colin of Tony Hassman. And did you know that even the famous sire and Olympic stallion Chin Chin also belongs to this top lineage? Good blood can give you guarantees. Armikato van Vlieren has a sufficient length and a very good carried canter and a spacious trot. The sire of this colt, Riesling van Droomacker, is a 6-year-old Camille Fausson out of Lady Gaga van Droomacker. Lady Gaga's dam is the former international 5-star Grand Prix dam Elektra van Droomacker. Through his dam, Dans un Avant van Hemelzoet, Aster P is a half-brother to the international performers Helios van Hemelzoet, Lafayette van Hemelzoet en 3 Kaar van 't Hemelszoet. This dam line includes several show jumpers from the 1m60 circuit, including Igor van de Graubeberg, the 5-star World Cup and Grand Prix horse Athena, Bengale, Linares BG and Ayamonte BG. Aster P van 't Hemelszoet is a long leg foal with a good rectangular model. The canter is spacious and well carried. Why not invest in a foal that won already bronze during the Foal Championship in Sint-Niklaas and was a finalist during the most recent national BWP Elite Foal Championship? His sire is the 5-star Grand Prix performer Mosito van 't Hellehof, who won with Bernardo Alves already the Grand Prix of Valle de la Frontera and Knokke. Mosito also spars on his extreme show jumping qualities to his offspring, as his first crop is jumping in the 1m45 classes already. Anton van Spieveld is a descendant of the 5th generation of Van Spieveld, the BWP Dam Line 80 that was built up by André Verkouteren and his son Chris. Anton's dam, Jolie van Spieveld, is a half-sister to Elegance van Spieveld, who is in turn the dam of several international show jumpers, including Kiaman van Spieveld, who jumps in the 155 classes, and the BWP-approved stallion Oscar van Spieveld, who jumps in the 4-star Grand Prix with Bart Clarice. Jolie's grandam, Tequila van Spieveld, completes the picture. She produced no fewer than 4 international show jumpers at 1m60 Grand Prix level, like Amber, Casper, Echo and Gentile van Spieveld. And the earlier named Echo is also a BWP ambassador. Don't miss out the unique opportunity to purchase a Mosito son from such a top lineage. Anton van Spieveld is a long-legged foal with a lot of charisma and a light footness. He has a spacious canter and a spacious and well-carried trot with a lot of impulsion. Whoever places the last bid for a Blueberry Breeze will own the foal that won bronze during the most recent National Championships BWP Elite Foals. He's by the 5-star Grand Prix stallion Le Bleu Diamant van Ruitershof, crossed with the performance blood of the Holstein lineage 122. Le Bleu Diamant jumped very successful with Jan Vermeer at a young age and is currently active at Grand Prix level with Oliver Philippaerts, who won a bronze team medal at the European Championships in Riesenbeck. Several descendants from Le Bleu Diamant's first crop are now performing already at 1m45 level. A Blueberry Breeze grandam is called Claretina C. She's a daughter of Clarence C, who was a half-brother to the top progenitor Casal through his dam. Clarence C produced several international show jumpers for the big classes, such as Listen Achterhoek, Clarin de Lamozas and Nirvana C. Claretina C herself is related to the Grand Prix horses Collins, Common Star and Landsman. This foal, a Blueberry Breeze, is a long-legged foal with a lot of suppleness and a well-carried trot and canter and the ability to switch easily. The sire of Akito Bleu of the Rocky Mountain is called Chaco Blue II. This son, by the top progenitor Chaco Blue, has been jumping for many years at 5-star Grand Prix top level with top riders such as Luciana Diniz, Jeroen Dubbeldam and Santiago Lambre. Kalimba of the Rocky Mountain, the dam of this auction foal, jumped at 1m30 level and produced already Chica of the Rocky Mountain, a Canterbury daughter who realized several clear rounds during international show jumping competitions for young horses last year. Chica's half-sister, Walinka of the Rocky Mountain, achieved high scores last year during the National BWP Elite Foal Championship. Akito Blue of the Rocky Mountain is a long-legged foal with a good walk and a spacious, well-carried canter with a lot of impulsion from the hindquarters. This foal can also switch very well. Alejandro van het Bergeneinde has a very interesting genetic background. His sire, Valverloot de Muse, is by Kel Hero de Muse out of Fragance de Chalut. Among others, dam of the BWP ambassador Bamako de Muse and the Olympic stallion My Lord Carthago of Penelope Le Provost. As a 4-year-old, Valverloot was crowned elite during the 2009 Belgium Championship in Gèvres. Several Valverloot's descendants are in the spotlight at top level, including the 1m60 Grand Prix horses Noortje van de Windheuvel of Mark Bloemen and the Grand Prix horses Flower and Van Freluche de Rialfo. Emanuele, the dam of Alejandro, produced 1m40 performer Nice Guy. She's a full sister to Azedin, an Argentine son who performed at 1m60 level under the saddle of Cesar Almeida. Chataga, a half-sister to Emanuele, jumped clear last year in Valle de la Frontera in almost all international competitions in which she participated. Alejandro already showed his qualities during the National Championship BWP Elite Foals. He was selected by the judges to participate in the final. Alejandro van de Bergeneinde is a modern foal, a very beautiful type. He has a spacious and light-footed trot, as well as a spacious canter, with a lot of impulsion from the hindquarters. Interested in purchasing a colt whose dam already produced an approved BWP stallion? It is possible if you make the final bid on Armero van der Rozenakker. His sire, the BWP-approved Commander HK, is by the progenitor Comilfo, combined with the 1m60 Grand Prix mare Ematres TVHZ of Karel Cox. Cayenne de Winge, Armero's dam, belongs to BWP Dam Line 56 and, in combination with Bremeerse Adorado, produced the approved BWP stallion Milano van der Rozenakker. She's a half-sister to the 5-star jumper Sydney de Winge and the 1m45 performer Happy Lady de Winge. Cayenne's grandam, Sherry Cotard, produced Clouds Away, who ended up on a 4th place individual at the European Championships for young riders with Ben Mayer in 2003. In short, a BWP dam line packed with performance. Who knows, maybe in 8 years Armero will become the new representative of this lineage, whether or not as an approved stallion. Armero van der Rozenakker has a good rectangular model. He is well developed and has a spacious, active vault. Interested in purchasing a filly from Amadeo van Vossenhoff crossed with a very good dam line? In that case, you should definitely make the final bid for this auction item, Aloha Lady Dart. Her sire Amadeo has already 6 approved sons in Sammy van de Kruishoeve, Sugar Daddy van de Axelhoeve, Toby van de Barlebuis, Toet de Sweet van het Hof te Ruiten, Adamski VLSZ en Pavarotti van de Schutskooi. Lady Latifa Dart, the dam of Aloha Lady Dart, is the half-sister to the international show jumper Hello Governor from Scott Brash and from the approved stallion Willem van de Helle. They are part of a dam line full of top performers, such as Flintstone, but also of Isidore van de Helle of Constant van Pasen, Irenice Horta from Edwina Tops Alexander, Irenice Horta of Lorenza De Luca, and Jus de Fontaine of Eduard Maté. And did you know that the top progenitor Kidam de Revel also belongs to this top dam line? Aloha Lady Dart is a long leg foal with a good rectangular model and a lot of length, a good top line and a sufficient spacious canter. Asante Sana K van der Dries was crowned champion foal during the breeding day BWP Antwerp. His sire is the BWP approved stallion Touch of Grey van de Withoeve. In the stallion competition for 4-year-old, this son of Untouchable remained clear in 3 heats, including the final. Through his dam, Furiante van 't Mangelhof, Asantesana K van den Dries is a half-brother to the AES-approved stallion Illuminati van den Dries. Furiante is a half-sister to the international showjumper Italo van Douwhof. They make part of BWP Dam Line 121, the lineage to which an impressive series of approved stallions belong, as well as international showjumpers like Boyfriend du Seigneur, Elvis van de Ramdiahoeve, Eternity du Seigneur, Micmac du Dieu Démon and Panama du Seigneur. In short, a well-bred international performance dam line which guarantees success. Asante Sanaka van den Dries is a spacious, developed, long-legged foal with a lot of length. The canter is spacious and with a lot of impulsion from the hindquarters. Ambiorix van het Nederveld sire is the 8-year-old Junior du Seigneur, who has everything to make it happen in the international show jumping scene. His sire, Eternity du Seigneur, has already won several international Grand Prix and carries the performance blood of the spot mares Panama du Seigneur and Micmac du Dieu Démon. The dam line of Junior du Seigneur goes back to the mare Gute Sitte, who won team bronze at the Olympics in Montreal in partnership with Erik Wouters. Junior du Seigneur made in 2022 his international 3-star debut, and this year we could already see him at walk in the 4-star Grand Prix circuit. Ambiorix dam, Camina Helene, is by BWP ambassador Tangelo van de Zuidhoeve, a stallion that guarantees scope, comfort and rideability. Camina Helene is a descendant of the Lane lineage. This Dutch breeding family includes several approved stallions and international show jumpers such as Kira Lane, Tira Lane, Dio Lane, Upper Lane and Neddy Lane. Ambiorix van het Nederveld is a long-legged foal with a well-carried trot and canter. Thanks to this colt, you can buy a son from the limited offspring of Conrad de Hus, combined with a top BWP lineage. He's by H. Conrad, with whom Gregory Wadle wrote history by winning team gold in the final of the Nations Cup in Barcelona. Dozens of descendants from his so far limited offspring perform at 150 and 160 level, including Chippendale de la Tour, Clapton Mouche, Annibale de Hus and Caroline Duvalet. Conrad's descendants generally have a lot of scope, good rideability and a lot of reflexes. The dam of All-Star van Terechte Eind, BWP lineage 122, is infused with a good dose of performance blood. His dam Libel van Terechte Eind produced among others the BWP-approved stallions Salamander Dwerse Hage and the IAS-approved Typhoon van Terechte Eind. An All-Star could actually become Libel's third approved son. Through her dam, Nevista van der Ruitershoeve, Libel is a half-sister to the BWP ambassador Orlando and BWP elite stallion Versace van der Ruitershoeve. And this is also the lineage of a series of international show jumpers, such as German Time Age, Icona van Terechte Eind, Jacquili, Robin van Roosendaal, Sancerre and the Grand Prix stallion Orlando. All-Star made his mark during the Foal Championships in Moerbeke-Waas, where he took the golden medal. All-Star van Terechte Eind is a spacious and well-developed foal with a good top line. He is long-legged and has a lot of stallion appearance. The sire of this filly, Karan van de Heffink, was approved as a breeding stallion at BWP Studbook. The 6-year-old son of Kanan, out of a Balubedrouet daughter, has a lot of blood and willingness to work and is pleasant to ride. Qualities that are very important in show jumping. He jumps light-footed from the ground and shows a lot of scope. Through her dam, Iolien van Loki, Aumara Bakeland goes back to the Dutch breeding family 81. This lineage includes several show jumpers from the 160 circuit, from which Urban Hero, Under Contract and Jericho just a few examples are. Aumara Bakeland is a foal with a lot of blood. She has a spacious trot and a good canter with a lot of impulsion. Anyone who wants to buy a Son of the Rising Star Don't Touch TG Hero crossed with the performance blood of BWP Damline 35 must make the final bid for Amnesia SC. Another reason to buy him, he won already silver during the Foal Championship in Wambik. His sire, Don't Touch TG Hero, was unfortunately unable to make it in the sport due to an early injury. Although his offspring like Puskas de Calvary, Dalton de TG, Prianji de TG, Durkan Hero and even Quickstep van Droosakker are just a few examples of his offspring who made it already to top sport level. Amnesia's SC Grand Dam is none other than Quetcha van Lindenhof. Sees the dam of several international showjumpers like Barbarossa van Pamel, Don Camilo van Pamel, Uncle Sam and Winona, and sees the Grand Dam of the performer Siska van Pamel, Jazir van der Roshoeve and Jamaica van Pamel. Quetcha's half-sister Rendezvous van Pamel produced, among others, the BWP Ambassador Cicero Z, the World Cup and Grand Prix horse Hawaii van Pamel and the International Grand Prix horse Kingston van Pamel. Granny, the dam of Quetcha and Rendezvous, is the foundation dam of BWP Dam Line 35, so success seems to be guaranteed. Amnesia SC is a long leg foal with a sufficient spacious canter and a sufficient walk. His sire is the popular, promising BWP champion stallion Pegase van Druitershof. In 2019, Pegase won the Pavo Stallion competition and in 2020 he won the BWP Young Stallion Award. With Jeroen de Winter, Pegase is currently performing at 1m45 level already at the age of 8. Several sons of Pegase have now been approved as breeding stallions, including Tuur M, Tellini van Druitershof and Nelson van de Kapel. And who knows, we may add this auction item Aloha Boy van Gildenhof to the list in a few years' time. Through his dam, Salina van Gildenhof, Aloha Boy van Gildenhof is part of the BWP Dam Line 40. Salina is a half-sister to the 5-star Grand Prix jumper Busy Boy van Gildenhof and to Dalina van Gildenhof. The latest, Dalina, is in turn the dam of the international 5-star show jumpers Gigant B, Kinky Boy van Gildenhof and Mabel. And this BWP Dam Line 40 includes even more top performers, such as Tempete van Lindenhof, Padarco, Taranto van Hertzfeld, Branco and Happy Boy. Aloha Boy van Gildenhof is a long leg foal with a spacious canter and a spacious trot with a lot of impulsion. thanks to a sparkling start at Schellebeek, you can acquire a son of the promising Hermitage Calone. Under the cello of Gilles Thomas, Hermitage is working towards a successful career in topsport. At the age of 8, Hermitage Calone already made his international 5-star debut. In 2021, his daughter Valkyrie GM became champion at the BWP National Elite Foal Championships, and his son Sunday GM was honored as first reserve champion at the BWP Stallion Selection. This year, his son Ultrastar GM was crowned BWP Champion Stallion in the option show jumping. Tralala van Jonkerslane, the dam of a sparkling start at Schellebeek, is by Otard van de Roosakker, a BWP-approved grandson of Elektra van de Roosakker. Tralala, the dam of this foal, is a half-sister to the 1m40 performer Nelson van Jonkerslane, confirmation champion Pastel van Jonkerslane, and full champion winner Ravel van Jonkerslane. This dam line includes several international show jumpers, such as European Championships trillion competitor Hermanie and Lespar van Dorperheide, who both perform in the 1m60 Grand Prix classes already. A sparkling start at Schellebeek is a long leg foal that can switch easily. Ascendio van de Groendreef sire, Colorit Z, can present an impressive list of achievements. Under the saddle of David Will, he won, amongst others, the World Cup class in Sertogenbosch and the Grand Prix of Munich, Hagen and Mannheim. And later on, he kept on winning at 5-star 1m60 Grand Prix level with Christian Allman. Colorit Z passes on scope, size, a good canter and a top character. Koningskind S Extra, the dam of Haciendo, is by top progenitor Kanan, who occupies the 4th place in the most recent WBFSH ranking of the best suppliers of show jumpers worldwide. Through her dam, Wendy III, Koningskind S Extra is related to several stallions of Landgestüt Celle. Asciendo van de Groendreef is a light-footed foal with a spacious, well-carried trot and a good canter, with a lot of impulsion from the hindquarters. Thanks to Airbus the Betting Cour and the BWP Online Foal Auction, you can buy a Son of Check-In, combined with the highly regarded BWP Damline 22. Check-In won during his career many Grand Prix and competed at the World Equestrian Games in Tryon. A large number of descendants from his limited offspring are now following in his footsteps at the international level. Both Airbus the Betting Cour's Dam and Grand Dam have performed in the sport. Demoiselle du Ridas, a half-sister to Unique du Ridas, produced Harton du Bois Halleux, with one Mikey Pender excels in the international 5-star circuit. Other top performers, such as Walterie du Ridas, BWP Elite Stallion Rubens du Ridas, Premium de Lobrie, Whitney van der Dwershagen, Nikita van de Heemstede, Quartz de Lobrie, as well as the world-famous broodmare Cordula de Lobrie, belong also to this BWP Damline 22. A lineage with an incredible amount of quality. By purchasing Airbus the Betting Cour, you can join this lineage. Airbus the Betting Cour is a long-legged, well-developed foal with a lot of length. Atlas van het Strateneinde is by de BWP Young Stallion Award winner en Elite Stallion Nixon van 't Meulenhof. Jos Verlooy is writing a success story with the 10-year-old Nixon. This year, the duo finished third in the GP of Wellington and fourth in the Grand Prix of Kronenberg. Atlas is the first foal of Thea van 't Strateneinde, who was born in 2019. Si Petit van 't Strateneinde Matthias Grandam produced no fewer than 3 3-star international eventers, namely Camelot, Hermes en Inch van het strateneinde. Die international showjumpers Kalina, Rupert Dallon en Iroko van de Noordheuvel also belong to this dam line. Atlas van het strateneinde is a foal with a good rectangular model and a lot of length. He has a good walk and a spacious, well-carried trot. The sire of Asmara van de Scherpenput, Bamako de Muze, was successful for many years in the international showjumping scene, up to and including 5-star level. The descendants of this BWP ambassador are coveted for their scope and fantastic competition mentality. His son, for example, Don Juan van de Donkhoeve, won recently the Global Champions Tour of London with Jessica Springsteen. And other big names sired by Bamako are Casanova de la Pomme, Lector van de Bisschop and Seacoast Mona Lisa van Paradijs. Quagina, the dam of Asmara, successively brings together the BWP elite stallion Lavalino ter Klomp and the BWP ambassadors Thunder van de Zuidhoeve and Fantastique in her pedigree. This dam line includes a series of international showjumpers, such as the 150 performers Chris Kras, Chivas Regal, Best of Helio from Steve Gerda, and the 5-star showjumpers Calco de Trivera and La Croix. Asmara van de Scherpenput has a sufficient length and a good canter. During the most recent National Championship BWP Elite Foals, Achiel van de Engelbeek was ranked 4th in the final. His sire, Riesling van der Roosakker, is a 6-year-old Camille Fausson out of Lady Gaga van der Roosakker. Lady Gaga's dam is the former international 5-star Grand Prix dam Elektra van der Roosakker. The BWP registered Riesling is a rising star and is not only jumping with great success under the saddle of Dieter Lahaine, but also seemed to pass on his top qualities to his first offspring. Achille also inherited top show jumping blood through his dam line. His dam Jarosla van de Engelbeek jumped at 1,55 m level with Nick Verlies. Jarosla underlines her value and qualities not only in sport but also in breeding. In combination with John Pleasure van de Mispelade, she produced the international showjumper Osaka van de Engelbeek. And as real horsemen know, good blood never lies. Achille van de Engelbeek is a beautiful, long-legged type with a good top line and a good rectangular model. Thanks to the BWP Online Foal Auction and the breeder of Andor van de Citadel, you get the unique opportunity to purchase the vice champion of the National BWP Elite Foal Championship. His sire is the promising 6-year-old approved BWP stallion Ramazzotti TB. Under the saddle of Roberto Mendoza Diaz, Ramazzotti TB ranked 5th in the stallion competition last year. Through his dam, Bima Z, Andor van de Citadel inherited the performance blood of Balou Durouet. Balou, who notes a top 20 ranking in the WBFS8 sire ranking, thanks to, among others, the BWP Elite stallion Naxal V, who participated at the most recent Europeans with Gerfried Puck. Bima's dam produced the show jumpers Bianca, who jumped to 1,45 m level with Kim Terry, and Chablis, who started in the 140 classes with Stijn Robijns. Andor van de Citadel is a beautiful type with a lot of length and charisma. He has a good rectangular model and he has a well-carried trot and a spacious canter. Thanks to the BWP Online Foal Auction, you can buy a champion foal from the 5-star performer Utamaro de Cousine, crossed with a valuable Holstein breeding family. We're talking about Amigo van de Bokke, who was crowned champion in the series of the older colts in Pittem. His sire was a star at top level and won among others the World Cup qualifier in London and the Liverpool 4-Star Grand Prix. His long career at the highest level underlines not only his exceptional show jumping qualities, but also his health. The dam of Amigo van de Bokke, Bonita van de Bokke, belongs to the Holstein breeding family 4705. And this is also the lineage of, for example, the top stallions Katoki and Levantos. Bonita's first offspring, Rocky Star van de Bokke, competed at international show jumping classes for 5-year-old horses last year with success. Bonita's granddam, Inca V1, produced 2 performers out of the international 1m60 Grand Prix circuit, namely Chirones of Rulf Göran Bengtsson and Castros from Meredith Ellis. Amigo's half-sister Willemien van de Bokke was the most expensive foal during the BWP Online Foal Auction and was sold to the United States of America. And yet, we're curious who will be the new owner of this auction foal, Amigo van de Bokke. Artist van de Meriet. The sire of Artist van de Meriet is none other than Sunday GM, a 5-year-old Hermitage Calones son who was honored as first reserve champion during the BWP Stallion inspection in 2021. Sunday proved himself during the stallion competition as a promising clear jumper. Through his name Unschuld, Sunday is the half-brother to the international show jumping stars Cashpate and Cordial. This auction item also has performance blood in his veins on his dam side. His granddam, Never Action SKB, produced already the 1m55 performer Hilton de Meriet and Jérôme van de Meriet, who compete successful at 1m50 level. Genetics and top performances seems to come together in this lineage. Artist van de Meriet is a long leg foal with a sufficient trot and a very good canter. Avicii van de Oude Veldhoven did not miss his debut as a foal. During the breeding day BWP Sint Niklaas, he won the Series C for male show jumping foals. His sire is the popular, promising BWP stallion Pega's van Druitershof. In 2019, Pega's won the Pavo Stallion competition, and in 2020 he won the BWP Young Stallion Award. With Jeroen de Winter, the only 8-year-old Pega's performs already at international 1m45 level. Several sons of Pega's have now been approved as breeding stallions, including Tour M, Tellini van Druitershof and Nelson van de Kapel. And who knows, we may add Avicii to this list in a few years. Avicii's dam, Viana, is by the Grand Prix winner and progenitor Zirocco Blue. Viana is a half-sister to Givana, who performed at 1m40 level. Viana's dam, Viana, unites in her pedigree the progenitors Indoctro and Zeus. Viana is a half-sister to the 5-star World Cup and Grand Prix show jumper Sefana of Mark Armstrong. The stallion Beach Boy, who produced several horses from the 160 circuit, also belongs to this traditionally Dutch breeding family. Avicii van de Oude Veldhoeve is well developed, has good conformations and a lot of appearance. He has a spacious walk and a well-carried trot with a lot of impulsion. Anyone who buys Ares van het strateneinde is buying a champion. Ares demonstrated his qualities during the Antwerp Foal Championships, where he received the highest score in the series of older male show jumping foals. The sire of this colt is Don VHP, who won, for example, the Grand Prix of Hamburg and Rome, and who took the gold medal in the final of the Nations Cup in Barcelona in partnership with Harry Smolders. His offspring jumped into his footsteps and performed already up to the 1m60 classes themselves. Through his dam, Ares is a half-brother to the international 3-star eventer Isolde van het Strateneinde. His grandam Gentle is a half-sister to Si Petit van het Strateneinde, who in turn produced no fewer than 3 3-star international eventers, namely Camelot, Hermes and Inch van het Strateneinde. The international showjumpers Kalina, Rupert Dalong and Iroko van den Nerdheuvel also belong to this dam line. Ares van het Strateneinde has a good rectangular model. He is long-lined, has a good top line and a carrying and spacious canter with a lot of impulsion. Arluno van de Meriet is exceptionally bred. The grandam of his sire is also his dam's grandam. And then we're talking about the famous candy. A fantastic sportsmare who won, for example, the Grand Prix of Spruce Meadows with Pieter de Vos. Arluna's sire is the 4-year-old AIS-approved Twix van HD, a son of the 5-star Grand Prix and Nations Cup winner Lector van de Bisschop out of Candy van HD, who has already produced several show jumpers such as Pontiac, Quanta and Paspoes van HD. Arluna's dam, Candy van de Meriet, is a 6-year-old daughter of the top progenitor Kanan. Her grand-dam is Candy, who was for many years competitive at CSI 5-star level with Pieter de Vos. And the fact that the blood of this top mare is anchored twice in the pedigree of Arluno van de Meriet guarantees success. Arluno van de Meriet is a long-legged foal with a spacious trot and a sufficient spacious and well-carried canter. Thanks to the BWP Online Foal Auction, you get a unique opportunity to buy a filly from the limited offspring of Conrad de Hus. Under the saddle of Gregory Watle, Conrad wrote history by winning Team Gold in the final of the Nations Cup in Barcelona. Dozens of descendants from his so far limited offspring perform at Grand Prix level, including Chippendale de la Tour, Clep de Mouche, Annibale de Hus and Caroline du Valais. Alicia's van de Bokke's dam, Piadora van de Bokke, is by Colestes. Piadora's dam produced, among others, Nazarim van de Bokke. Nazarim became national champion in 2017 at the age of 4 during the BWP breeding day and performs currently in Germany at 1m40 level. Piadora's grandam produced the approved stallions Star Pleasure, Mispelade and Verdi van de Bokke. This BWP Dam Line 19 includes a large number of international performers, such as Giljan van de Mispelade, Picasso, Joe Blesse and Jacarto van Dravensnest. Alicia van de Bokke achieved the 3rd place in the final of the series of older female foals during the Foal Championships in Pittem Torhout this year. Alicia is a spacious developed foal with a lot of length, a good canter and a sufficient spacious trot. The sire of this filly is the 5-year-old, promising Socrates van de Bosdam, who became in 2022 ex-aequo winner of the stallion competition, and this year he remained clear in all competitions in which he participated. There is also a good dose of performance blood in Aphrodite's dam line. Elite Fravanka, Aphrodite's dam, is a descendant of the BWP lineage 88. Elite's dam is the dam of Urbi Fravanka from Bernardo Alves, the grand-dam of the international 3-star showjumper Early Fravanka, and to the approved stallion Nathan van Slot, as well as the great-grand-dam of Sampolon's top ride Idam Fravanka and Jetot Fravanka, who we do see at 3 and 4-star level with Anthony Wellens. In short, a performance line from which generation after generation top performers are born. So it's high time to join this successful line. Aphrodite van de Oude Veldhoven is a well-developed foal with a good rectangular model. The foal has sufficient length and a beautiful top line. Accotage MDB has not missed his debut at the Fall Championships. In the regional championship in Moerbeke-Waas, he won a gold medal, and in the national championships BWP Elite Foals, he took bronze in the final of the Young Males Show Jumping Foals. His sire, Chacotage Blue PS, is by Chaco Blue, who is leading the WBFSH sire ranking. With Patrick Stoelmeyer in the saddle, Chacotage Blue PS ranked 6th last year in the final of the Bundeschampionat for 5-year-old show jumpers. A high dose of performance is anchored in the dam line of Accotage MDB. Inadina PP, Akkotage Dam, is a half-sister to the 7-year-old Kaidines PP, who often jumps clear doing international competitions under the saddle of the Norwegian rider Laura Baring-Kjærgaard. Inadina's granddam, Wadina, produced the international performers Corradina PP and Heidines PP. Other performers such as Ginadina PP and Van Schijndel Dominus, as well as the heartbreaker son Padines, who died much too early, also belong to this successful, originally Dutch breeding family. Akkotage MDB has a good rectangular model. This long-led foal has a sufficient spacious trot and a spacious, well-carried canter. Thanks to Aude van Klokkenhof, you have the unique opportunity to purchase a filly from Contaro VDL, combined with a valuable dam line. Contaro became reserve champion during the stallion inspection in Mecklenburg, Germany. And with Marlon Modolo Zanotelli in the saddle, Contaro made his international 5-star debut at the beginning of this year. Aude also inherited a dose of top show jumping blood on her dam side. Her dam, Aurélie van Klokkenhof, is a 9-year-old direct daughter of Numero Uno, a KWPN preference stallion who is highly regarded in the world of top show jumping. Her first descendant, Tristan van Klokkenhof, took part in 10 heats of the cycle of a 4-year-old this year and managed to stay clear in no fewer than 8 heats. Kina van Klokkenhof, the granddam of Aude and Tristan, is a BWP elite mare, with whom Davy Lano and Bart Bommeré have performed in the top sport. Aude van Klokkenhof is a long-legged foal with sufficient size. Her canter is spacious. Ermita Scalone, Abra van de Brandkreek's sire, is working towards a successful career in topsport. At the age of 8, Hermitage already made his international 5-star debut. In 2021, his daughter Valkyrie GM became champion at the BWP National Elite Foal Championship, and his son Sunday GM was honored as first reserve champion at the BWP Stallion Selection. This year, his son Ultrastar GM was crowned BWP Champion Stallion in the option show jumping. Abra's dam, Nimet van de Brandkreek, is by Non-Stop, a stallion that is highly regarded as a supplier of excellent show jumpers. Winde, the dam of Nimet, is a half-sister to Undercover van de Brandkreek, who was crowned champion of the 5-year-olds in Canada. Nimet's granddam is a half-sister to Saphir van de Brandkreek, who jumped well in the international circuit under the saddle of the British rider Hannah Paul. Through his dam line, Abra makes part of the BWP Dam Line 70, the lineage of among others the BWP Elite Stallion Basje, KD van de Knuffel, Dakata van de Knuffel en Dollar van het Eigenlo. Abra van de Brandkreek has a strong trot, a good walk and an active canter. The sire of Alanis van de Heemstede, Tutankhamon de Muze, is blessed with proven genetics. His sire, Casanova La Pomme, 13 years old, has so far achieved an impressive series of brilliant performances under the saddle of Koen Verreke. Tutankhamon's granddam, H&M Butterfly Flip, has dominated the show jumping scene for many years, including successful participation in 2 Olympics. Tutankhamon was crowned first reserve champion in 2022 after the BWP Stallion Selection. The dam of Alanis, Zedandra, jumped herself in LRV Class Z. She's the dam of the SBS stallion Sander van de Heemstede, the 1m40 jumper Pipa van de Heemstede and BWP champion foal Wolke van de Heemstede. Zedandra belongs to the Holsteiner lineage 4705, the family of, for example, Katoki and the stallions Levantos 1 and 2. Alanis van de Heemstede is a beautiful, modern type with a good rectangular model. She has a good top line and her trot and canter are spacious and well carried. Why not invest in the son of the 5-star show jumping Mosito van 't Helhof, crossed with the highly regarded BWP lineage 91? The opportunity is offered to you thanks to Mosito van de Bosakkerhoeve. partnership with Bernardo Alves, Mosito was already victorious during the 4-star Grand Prix in Valle de la Frontera, and they also took the victory in the 3-star Grand Prix in Knokke. And they participated during the European Championships in Herning. Mosito also passes on his extreme show jumping qualities to his offspring. And his first crop reached the 1m45 level already. Performance blood certainly runs in Mosito's dam line. His dam, Kalinka van de Noordheuvel, is a full sister to Excelsior van de Noordheuvel, an approved stallion who took the 4th place during the 3-star Grand Prix in Mill Street. A half-brother to Excelsior, Olympic van de Noordheuvel jumps at the highest 5-star Grand Prix level in the United States and Canada under the saddle of Marky Blumen. They are all part of BWP Damline 91, which includes even more international show jumpers such as Fortuin, Hattrick and Lady van de Noordheuvel. Mosito van de Bosakkerhoeve is an attentive foal with an active canter and a sufficient walk and trot. His sire, the BWP approved Commander HK, is by the progenitor Comme il faut out of the dam E Maîtresse TVH Z, who jumped herself successful up to 1m60 5-star Grand Prix level with Karel Cox. Commander HKZ jumps outstanding, and at the age of 4 he was already a finalist at the Belgium Championship. He jumps faultless in almost every competition he participates in. The Westphalian dam Baroness by Baron Piki Z was responsible for the motherhood of auction item Amaretto. Under the saddle of Tony Hasman and later on Björn Nagel, Baron collected several top 10 placings during international 4-star competitions. Baron's sire, Balubed Rouet, became the World Championship for 3 consecutive years, winning individual gold at the Athens Olympic Games and team bronze in Sydney. Further in the dam line, we find even more performance blood, especially that of BWP ambassador Cornetto Bolensky and the Westphalian progenitor Polydor. Amaretto GV STM has spacious, well-carried movements, both in trot and canter, with a lot of impulsion. How often do you get the opportunity to purchase a national BRP champion foal? The BWP Online Foal Auction makes this possible by including Elpenor van den Kievit in the collection. During the National BRP Foal Championship, Elpenor claimed the victory. through his dam Kisera van 't Klavertje, Elpenor van de Kievit is a half-brother to Vergidius van de Kievit, who won the National BRP Championship and the Antwerp Foal Championship in 2017 and later became an approved BRP stallion. Kisera jumped in all RV competitions DL 1 meter, achieved the confirmation label and produced the elite foals Virgilius, Varus Wally, Artemis, Damocles and Elpenor van de Kievit. Kisera's dam has the confirmation and performance label and jumped in national and all RV competitions. Kisera's grand dam is the elite mare Farnes van de Groenheuvel. In turn, the dam of Cadence van de Groenheuvel, the approved stallion and former international top performer of Thibaut Spitz. Elpenor van de Kievit is a long-legged foal with a spacious trot and a good walk and canter. His sire is the BRP Elite Stallion Conquistador van Orchids, who was approved as a breeding stallion by BRP in 2014. This son of Kanshebber caused a furore in spots. Some of his highlights are vice champion at the BRP show jumping competition in Mechelen in 2015, winner of a contest show jumping and dressage for young ponies in East Flanders in 2016, bronze at the provincial championship D Middle in East Flanders in 2017, and successfully jumping at the age of 6 at 1m20 level end of 2017. And he made, at the age of 7, his international CSI debut at 1m25 and 1m30 level in 2018. Etoile van de Nieuwenhoven is a foal with a good rectangular model and a sufficient canter. Whoever makes the last bid for Emilio V. de Loensdel will own a champion foal. Emilio triumphed in the series of BRP large size colt during the BWP Breeding Day Pittem Torhout. sire is called Toubeau de la Cure. Toubeau is in turn a son of Champion Deluxe, a pony stallion who lived up to his name by winning a long list of titles in sport and during inspections. Emilio's dam, Corneweide Calice, is a Welsh pony, originating from the performance stud farm Corneweide in the Netherlands. She can move very well and has a great character. She is used as a broodmare and has so far produced 2 foals, both of which won their series at regional BRP inspections, where their very good spacious movements stood out. With such a pedigree, athletic conformation and good movements, Emilio is suitable for several equestrian disciplines. Emilio V de Loonsdel is a long-legged foal with a spacious trot and sufficient spacious canter. The sire of this BRP colt is called Amigo L19. This approved 4-year-old BRP stallion received positive comments from the judges in his report. He has a good type, a beautiful top line, fine and correct legs, a smooth and sufficiently spacious walk, and when free jumping he finishes the jump very well. EGO L19 is a product from Amigo's first vintage. Recondiel, the dam of EGO L19, is a 6-year-old Contendro 2 daughter who achieved several clear rounds last year under the saddle of Wout Loenders. Her dam, D Lady, is by the legendary dressage progenitor De Niro. Further in the dam line we find even more dressage blood. For example, Iceface 6, the grand dam of Die Lady, is the grand dam of the international 3-star dressage horse Schöne Aussicht. EGO 19 is a foal with a lot of size and good movement technique. He has a very good trot and a sufficient canter, and this foal is end size. Investing in a BRP filly that has already won a championship, that seems like a good plan to us. Emaya SPB made a mark during the breeding day BWP Tine by outpacing all her competitors in the series of large-size BRP fillies during the championship. Emaya SPB's dam is called Chimaya Dubois. Chimaya's full sister has already produced 3 breeding stallions, namely Ducati, Casanova and Goldstar Dubois. This dam line also includes European Championship dressage ponies. Chimaya's dam produced an approved stallion and FEI dressage ponies. Chimaya Dubois has successfully competed in national show jumping competitions. Reasons enough to buy Emaya SPB. Emaya SPB is a long-legged foal with a good rectangular model. The canter is spacious and the trot is spacious and well carried. The BRP filly Eclipse de la Motte is by the BRP Elite Stallion Ti Amo van Prinsenveld, the 2018 BRP Champion Stallion. He himself is by Cadence van de Groenheuvel, combined with a lineage that includes several international sport ponies. Ten Anker's Jean Maurito, the dam of Eclipse de la Motte, became provincial and national LRV dressage champion in the DB1 class last year. She jumped courses from 90 to 1 meter without any problems. She has now won prizes again in dressage contest in the class DB2, and this winter she will participate in LRV class Alliance and HROV level 2. She's being prepared to compete in dressage level 3 with the ponies. Eclipse de la Motte is a beautiful type with a good rectangular model. She has a lot of length and a good and spacious walk and a sufficient canter.